We're headed to Scorch for Hardpoint.
The game will get underway in about 15 seconds now. But I think, Gunless, after that great performance in Game 5, he starts to heat up. You get the great play from Silly. We saw Arcitys, wasn't lighting up the kill feed on Throwback Hardpoint, but the way he rotated early and was able to get those spots, to lock down Barn, gave them 100+ seconds. Look to see him impact the game in that fashion as we jump right into it on board with Gunless first.
Absolutely love watching this man. Gunless was an absolute rock star. And he is, once again, picks up Scump. 3 kills to start the Hardpoint. Make it 4. Who can outshoot this man?
This is not a good sign for Optic Gaming at the beginning to see him rolling. 4-0 here at the start. Silly and Co. locking down the center. Hardpoint. Optic Gaming picks up 2 kills. Gunless working his way back towards the center. Smart play here. Playing for the streaks, playing for the long game, waiting for his teammates to get into position before going out and challenging blindly.
Player number 6, that's Arcitys on the mini-map, is going to be backing up Gunless. Here comes Pristini, the 2 twins, trying to get in, but it's Formal on the flank with the K-bar, picking up 3. It's Optic able to pick up some scrap time. Instead, the rotation fight is going down. Player 3, Crim 6, has to be their key.
And the members of Optic Gaming, they go back towards the center of the map and they take that time, and just by pushing a little bit further out, spawns Formal all the way up at that top side. So this is a great opportunity for eUnited to take Turbine.
2 players challenged from the top. Both were shut down. Arcitys picks up another 2. Silly is getting chased, and Formal will be cut away. Optic Gaming trying to flood in. They're staggering their way through, but finally it's Karma and Crim 6 up for now.
Yeah, but this is where you start to get in trouble in Hardpoint, Chris, when you start flooding from one side. The other team is still controlling the spawns. They're spawning closer, so they're going to win this trade battle eventually, and you see eUnited come out on top. They're going to take the last 20 or so seconds.
Scarab available for Gunless after that first opening of 4 straight kills. Arcitys 7 and 3. Also a player to look out for throughout this one. We talked about him being an X factor. When Arcitys turns up, respawns become possible. It's eUnited doubling up Optic's score after our first 2 hills, 55-25. But here in the hangar, this is where we see Optic Gaming bring games back.
Yeah, and RC slides in as no teammate support there. He drops, so let's see how eUnited decides to break this. They're spawning very far away. You do have Pristini, though, trying to work all the way down towards that bottom side of your mini-map. Be huge if he could pick up a kill. That would break the spawn in the back cave, allow eUnited to get in.
Over to Karma now. Working towards his streaks. He's 1 kill away from the Scarab. Challenger in the back. Gonna push out. Melee is gonna land on Gunless. Did not get that Scarab. It wasn't inside the hardpoint when he picked up the kill. Silly's gonna find 2 though, as it's eUnited battling for control. Back-to-back doubles means 20 seconds of time. Optic Gaming, are they going to challenge one more time? It looks like it. Here comes the push from the top of the bridge. Pristini's waiting for him.
Yeah, but now they're going to give up Drill at the beginning. 2 players for eUnited rotate over to Drill early. It's actually a big kill there by Formal, another one by Scump. So it looks like Optic Gaming should be able to get Drill control here at the beginning of the Hardpoint.
Matt, a lot of the maps here in Infinite Warfare play differently in Hardpoint. We see how punishing Breakout can be when Optic was able to hold eUnited to just 67 points. Talk to me about the rotations. How key are they, though, here on Scorch, a much smaller map?
Yeah, so the 2 hills you can get a ton of time on Scorch is, the Turbine and that hangar we were just in. And it's very difficult to get both of them because they're one right after another. So if you're going to invest a lot of players to hold down Turbine, you're most likely not going to be able to get all the way across the map to get towards Cave to lock that down.
Optic Gaming takes the lead. 80 and counting. Despite not rotating to the Drill, they still get the key gunfights. They have 3 up, make it just 2 now. Pristini and Gunless come surging through. Once again, double-double, no Optic Gaming. Final 15 points going to eUnited.
Just really solid hardpoint play from eUnited. When I was talking about Optic before, flooding through one side, the opposing team holding down those spawns, not able to win those trades. eUnited does the exact opposite, Chris. They go through bridge middle map, they come from observation deck, they come from the opposite side as well, pinch inside the hardpoint and get control.
I'm on my 6th bottle of water up here in the casting booth. I can't imagine how
hydration
it feels to be
key.
One of these players constantly communicating throughout this one. eUnited up by 20. Optic, though, trying to storm back on the bridge. 4 down. It's Optic inside. Arcides is going to be challenging from the top. They're going to send Pristini down low to the bottom half of your map. But Optic, they are not going to get flanked. Crim falls, but they keep scoring. They could retake the lead once again.
So you can think of this hill a lot like how we saw at the beginning of Throwback, where it was really eUnited setting up for that second hardpoint on Barn. This time it's going to be Turbine. Formal picks up 2, but he's going to actually spawn the members of eUnited on the opposite side of the map, right there where they want to be. So, 2 kills in succession, but puts eUnited in a pretty good position to try and win these gun engagements at the beginning of Turbine.
Big rotation going down. Formal's looking for the kill. He's going to find Gunless. Pristini staying alive for eUnited, but he's all alone. One-on-one versus Crim 6 here.
Crim trying to locate Pristini inside of the hardpoint. Members from eUnited fly in as well. It's going to be Pristini getting 1, Karma with 1 as well. Formal trying to stay alive, but it's Arcides and Silly coming in on a pinch, going to take the hill for eUnited.
Arcides is so slippery right now. He is sliding in, getting the picks, getting out, flying high while Pristini will pick up Crim 6. It's going back and forth in terms of who's outslaying the other squad. Currently, Silly, the best scorer in the game at 17 and 11.
So if you're wondering what the hell happened to Formal there, he actually has the Scarab out. As soon as Arcides comes in, he blows it up, gets himself weak. Arcides turns and kills him. It just looks really funny from Arcides' POV. 15 seconds left on Turbine. This is what's so difficult. You have to go all the way across the map to get control of Hangar. Optic Gaming fully set up. They need a good hold here.
It's going to be a 25-point advantage for eUnited, but that lead could disappear if Optic holds the Hangar as well as they did on the first rotation. First pick goes down. It's Formal cleaning up Gunless. Crim 6 finds Pristini in the back. Look how far those spawns are out for your red arrows. eUnited has to go across this very narrow sky bridge. There's plenty of head cover. Formal able to just sit back and pick them off from afar. They got to go for a wall run, and that is going to be 3 crosshairs looking for you.
Yeah, a lot of the time in Hardpoint, the fastest route is not always the best route to get towards the hill. A lot easier to come down this sky bridge, of course, but you're not going to be able to get in. Good use of FTL jump, trying to get in there, bait one player out. The second player just comes in a little bit too slow. Optic Gaming now taking the lead. Chris, 20 seconds left in this Hardpoint. Looks like eUnited's going to give up here. They're going to set up for this drill.
Karma with his active camo available. The payload is there. He's +5, leading all players once again now at 18 and 13. Silly on the other side trying to answer back for eUnited, has reached 20 now. Pristini set up, but the challenge is here at the drill. 2 players from Optic in front of him. And Pristini will break through. Here's the flank. It's Arcides coming in, and that is a big one on Karma. eUnited is able to flood through. They pick up 1. Optic, though, constantly respawning close. They should be able to reinforce.
Yeah, but just look at Pristini, just doing a great job, just bobbing in and out of the hard point there, getting behind cover, has teammates looking over him. But Optic Gaming gun skill too strong. They flood through. They're going to try and get into observation here, which they do, as Karma pushes out Silly. It's going to force eUnited far from this hard point.
Now, Karma was able to pick up Arcides, and it looked like just a normal kill. He was the last one up, but it was actually a massive one. He stopped Arcides, who was just 100 points away from securing some streaks. So streaks still not going to be available here for this eUnited squad. We'll look to see how payloads and streaks could come into play at the end of this game. Scump tagged up, has to retreat. Formal is inside the drill, though, picking up every last second. And it's going to be Optic Gaming flooding into the bridge first. They have the lead. They are now 40 points away from taking game 1.
Yeah, and eUnited can not just rotate over towards the Turbine side, let Optic collect a lot of time, because they can obviously win it on this hard point. So eUnited, they're going to have to play more towards this bridge and fight for that Turbine rotation. You see 3 kills in eUnited's favor. They're going to get control of the hill and try and push through.
Grenade goes down. Pristini tagging up 1. It's going to be Formal trying to challenge. Pristini's waiting for him, wins the first fight, challenging a second. Karma trades out. Gunless will fall. Karma causing problems. Silly and Arcides trying to hold strong, and it will be Arcides winning the last fight. This will keep eUnited scoring.
And Optic Gaming looks like they're going to fall back here, Chris. They're going to give up the last 10 seconds or so, and they're going to play to win this game on Turbine. They have 2 Scarabs on the bottom side of the map, just using those to scout, get players weak as they come in. Here comes a Scarab from Arcides.
Did he land it before dying, Matt? That would have picked him up the Trinity rocket instead. Arsenes has to do it with the K-bar. He's going to be cut down once again. It's Karma stopping the streaks and keeping Optic scoring 230 to 198. Optic Gaming 17 points away. eUnited with one last push.
Yeah, realistically, this is eUnited's last chance to get inside of the hard point. They're going to take their time here. 8 seconds left for Optic to close this out. Gunless wins one fight. He has one teammate there in support. It's going to be Silly. They need to get in and contest.
250, 198. Optic Gaming strikes first. We're kicking this one off with Silly for eUnited. The Rockstar in respawns. He had a great day 1 and 2. Haven't been talking about him as much in the search, but he's definitely a key factor. He's the one who keeps this team level-headed. And he's going to open up with the first blood. Pristini also with the kill. This is going to be just Scump alive in a 1v1 versus Gunless.
And both players have the E-Rad at the beginning of this one, so they charge into A. Pick up some kills. Silly challenges Scump there towards the end. I believe he does not know that Scump has the E-Rad, so very difficult challenge. Obviously, if you had K-Bar versus E-Rad, Silly does not know that. Scump wins the fight, forces this 1v1.
Keep in mind, Gunless has to plant the bomb or pick up the kill on Scumpy. Once he plants the bomb, it'll be easier for him to set up on defense. Scumpy and Gunless, though, right now currently just roaming the map, looking for the kill instead.
Yeah, I mean, Gunless has a ton of time to work with. I mean, 45 seconds is an eternity in Search and Destroy. Really does not have to make any type of decision until we get to, about 20 seconds left, maybe 18, 15 seconds left. Then you have to decide which site you want to go towards.
Watch the action on the mini-map. It's in the top left. Slowly, these arrows are getting closer. Scump, he's just been swimming in a circle, back and forth, but Gunless is somehow going to slip in.
Yeah, so we don't actually catch it because we're on Scump's POV, but you can see as soon as Gunless goes on that high wall run, he actually sees Scump around that rock because you can see him make a direct beeline, not towards the bomb, goes to pick up the kill.
Patience paying off. Gunless, incredible through Search and Destroys against Optic Gaming. Optic, though, they're never done in Search until the final round. Formal on your screen to open things up. It's Optic on the attack. A strong A defense is going to be employed by eUnited, but Optic is going the opposite direction. You see those red arrows now starting to rotate.
Yeah, we see this from teams instead of just trying to play standard over at B. They stack A, see if anyone pushes inside, and then rotates all the way back. Pretty long trek over towards the B bomb site for the offense. You can get there and nade the players off. You see some hit markers come with the nades. Karma takes out Pristini first here. It's now Scump with bomb in hand. Gonna decide how to play this. It looks like they're gonna go challenge these fights in the back rock, and they win a lot of them. This is a quick round for Optic Gaming.
The E-Rad melts at short range, especially when you get a call out of exactly where they're positioned. Karma setting the tone with first blood, and here he is working with Scump on the final kill. Crim6 also able to hit a bullet there. Everyone flooding in at once, as Optic Gaming will tie this one up at 1 apiece. We're going into round 3. eUnited back on the attack. Gunless has been their bomb carrier almost every S&D. And by now, you have to know it if you're Optic Gaming.
Yeah, and I mean, you're going to know he's just going to try and play up towards the bomb. Obviously, get that down, use it as cover. You do see they're going to favor more over towards the B bomb site this round. As Optic, they try and stack, but look at this. They exit a little bit late, and this is what I was talking about pregame. Pristini so sneaky with these flank rounds.
Talking to eUnited, the one thing they do change up about their Search and Destroy is who they send on the flank. So you can never know who is missing. Pristini thought he had the first kill, didn't finish it, was able to hurt 2 other players, picked up 1 kill, but now it's just Silly left alive in a 1v2. That first kill, or rather, no kill in the first fight, was definitely costly.
Yeah, Pristini sees 2 players body stack. He tries to just shoot through both of them after getting 1 weak. He's only able to pick up 1 kill. And the man count stays in Optic's favor. They're able to trade it out towards the end. Karma will get the defuse, and they'll put Optic up.
This is a round that definitely should have gone in favor of eUnited. Instead, Optic Gaming takes the lead, 2-1. We're going into a round 4. It'll be Optic back on the attack. eUnited, how will they set up on defense? Remember last time they 4-stacked A, then rotated over for the fight at B.
Looks like we're going to see the same thing here on defense. I do expect, though, a If eUnited doesn't see someone right away, they're going to get a little bit more aggressive, and you see that right now. They're going to push straight through.
I mean, you look at this map, and everyone going left except for Arcides this time. So your flanker is going to be the other twin. Gunless checking every single corner in the Optic spawn. Now they know Optic is definitely here at B. Bomb should be going down any moment, but eUnited has been spotted. Karma waiting for the push.
So Arcides' job as that #2 arrow all the way in the back is to make sure he calls out if Optic Gaming pushes all the way through to the eUnited side of the map, because that's going to tell the 3 players on the flank that they're good to try and push through and pinch them in that back area.
eUnited gets the call from Arcides. It's clear. Let's all flood from the same side. Gunless switching up the role that Arcides was playing earlier. Is going to be watching the back lane, and you're going to see the first blood go in favor of Pristini. Scump here, though, with the E-Red. Finds 2, make it 3, the headshot sits Silly down. It's all up to Gunless. Can he clutch a 1v2? He's tagged up, he's eliminated. It's 3-1 Optic.
Yeah, Scump takes out 1 player, gets weak, pops reactive armor, and he's able to take out the next 2. Smart heads-up play there from Scump. In that close alleyway with the reactive armor and the ERAD in hand, he was gonna melt through both those players. 3 kills for Scump in a big round as they put up Optic up 3-1.
The King is back on an SMG, and boy, does it look good in round number 4. Round 5 coming up, though. We'll switch sides. United on the attack once again. Gunless, your bomb carrier, as always. Looking at the payloads, Gunless is still quite a bit away from getting that camo. Karma, same situation for Optic Gaming.
Now Optic with the man count. We'll see how eUnited decides to play this. And I do like this call. You need to at least get 1 pick here early. Silly puts a lot of shots in 1, and now that Gunless falls, puts Silly and Arcides in a very tough position.
Oh no, Silly wasn't spotted, but when he fires, they know exactly where he's at. Arcides able to pick up 1. 3 still up for Optic. They come flooding out together. Is this gonna be the reverse of what we saw in our previous series? Can eUnited now claw back after a 3-round lead here for Optic Gaming?
Optic Gaming just looks really locked in here. You know, after that first series, you know, the guys take a little bit of a break. They go in the back, you know, we can see them walk by. Their faces, they were not happy, and they are taking it out at eUnited in our second series.
Round 6 coming your way right now on board with Scumpy. ERAD in hand, as always. Crim6 looking for action in A, even throwing grenades, trying to bait out eUnited defenders. And look at this. This is the first time we've seen eUnited just run all at them at B, and Silly is going to fall off the map. That's man advantage now for Optic Gaming. A huge mistake once again.
Yeah, he picks up 1, he gets shot, he falls off the map. Now you see Arcides now wrapping back. Arcides the last one alive yet again for eUnited. A lot of time here for Optic Gaming to figure out how they want to play this.
A lot of time for Arcides to pick up a 1v2 clutch. I'm feeling good about this, Matt. He only has 2 kills, about to double his score here.
I know with the way Optic Gaming is going right now, they're hitting in towards this A bomb site. Going to make it very difficult for Arcides to pick up 2.
Is it? Yeah, Formal's pretty good.
Yeah, you know, though, if you play those corners, you get bombed down. It's a really high percentage chance you're going to win the round.
Nice try by Arcides. Formal gives him the wiggle mid-air, doesn't miss a shot. And now it's Optic Gaming on game point. They took our first hard point, trying to build a 2-0 lead in the best of 5.
Yeah, when your Arcides coming around the corner, you take out that bomb planter. It just gives Formal, you know, 2-3 seconds to figure out where you are, put a few bullets in you before you can even snap onto him.
Just thinking about the situation we're in right now, it's ridiculous. 2 grand finals, 4 best of 5s between these 2 squads. 2-on-2 situation. Gunless and Pristini for eUnited going up against Formal and Crim. And Gunless is looking for Formal. He spotted him once. Can he get there in time? Crim is coming, and this one is over. Formal wins the last fight. 6-1. Optic Gaming showing their strength now in Search and Destroy.
They just look like a complete...
Make some noise. Back against the wall. It's time to see if they can mount the comeback. We're starting things off with Arcides.
We just saw eUnited actually play this map against FaZe Clan. They end up losing it in the final seconds. So it's a great effort by FaZe Clan. We'll see Silly set up in this top window. His job is to look over the drone. He gets taken out, but quickly, you see Gunless there to take out Crim. Would have been devastating if Optic Gaming got control of their top window.
It's all about the drone. If you're able to get a 1-point toss in, you will take the lead. A dunk, though, is really going to give you a massive advantage here on Throwback. And you're going to see the first score coming in. Scump behind Karma's first 4 kills will be able to tack on a 1-point toss.
eUnited, though, quickly, they come across the map. They get control of their own base. They need to push this out, though, towards mid-map. They cannot keep giving Optic Gaming that much space to operate.
Well, you let Optic Gaming score in your first minute. How is the comms? How is the communication? Let's go to Gunless's microphone.
I got watch out, fence, they're gonna be tickets. Try to throw it right.
Coming from food. Our sidewalk
right now. In the back place, in the bowling, sidewalk, absolute crim. Outside bowling wall already. Good job, Alec. Let's go.
Top train. Karma. Nice play. Got me. Ray train. He's down.
One bullet. They're probably gonna be. Sidewalk again. Sidewalk, absolute. We're gonna be underpass, maybe tunnel. Top ticket. Right. Take it underpass. Underpass right now, formal. Gotta kill. Big kill.
Go.
I'm going. I'm baiting.
All right.
Good job, let's go. I don't go left. Got me. I'm weak.
I got one. Formal.
Absolute.
Watch out, top ticket. One shot.
Last guy. Hey, once someone stay in the base,
He's challenging, top ticket. Got me, Scum.
Stop taking.
He's going underpass right now, Scum.
I'm going lemon.
So impressed with the communication from eUnited. It is not, we go on with some teams, you hear the same call out 2-3 times in a row. Nope, a lot of small talk, a lot of communication, coordinating plays within the team. It's really easy to play in a team like that.
I don't know if these guys even get hype, Matt. They are so calm.
Some players just don't like to get hype. I mean, it kind of throws their game off a little bit. They can't focus. You start playing a little bit faster. eUnited, just really calm, really collected. You see, they set up a nice play there. They had somebody go and bait out for Arcides. They don't even need it. He connects with the 1-point throw and ties it up.
If you're thinking about MVPs for this one, Scump has dropped some big numbers this week. And Karma, though, in the grand finals is playing fantastic. 11-5 start once again. On the other side, though, I highlighted Tristini. He was a guy who's kind of been getting some flack from the community, saying that he hasn't had the best tournament. He's leading the way, 11-8 in the second best of 5. He has definitely been a force to reckon with in the respawns.
Yeah, day one, he had a little bit of a rough go. You saw him go on Twitter, talk a little bit about it, but he has turned things around here. Some nice shots there with the E-Rad. Scump comes flying into the top window, able to eliminate him. Gunless now, trying to work his way back towards mid-map, trying to get some type of control for eUnited. He's going to push through. You're going to try and bring the drone towards his bowling side.
That last bullet from Gunless finds the dome of Scump, and that's going to allow him to push to the top here. His teammates getting the cuts. It's Pristini keeping Karma under control. Now Gunless trying to make the push as Pristini was hitting at the same time. The kills, though, aren't going to be scored. Instead, Optic Gaming now, after a successful defense, could push here for a drone. But first, they got to worry about Silly in their back.
Yeah, and this is the issue when somebody gets into your top window. That's why I was saying on the other side, if Crim got into eUnited, it would have been devastating. Because look at this. Optic Gaming, they pick up 3 kills. They're trying to push up mid-map. 1 kill from Silly eliminates that push.
1-1 with 1:04 still to go in our first half. Both teams looking for a perfect clear before they try and push up this drone. It has sat there uncontested for about 2 minutes. Neither team wanting to touch it quite yet. Silly still causing problems, finally going to be removed by Formal.
Well, what eUnited is doing, they're trying to get Crim out of this back position, currently on a 3 streak. He's gotten into a great spot, and he picks up 2 more kills. And Optic Gaming has the drone in hand now, trying to put in some more points.
Scumpy with drone. He hit the first shot. Will he be able to tack on a second? 3 defenders up. He's waiting for Formal. That flank is coming through. The distraction is there. The interception, though, coming in. Arcides snatching it out of the sky. 20 seconds left. This could be a counter push.
And we'll see what Arcides decides to do here. He has no teammate support. It looks like he's going to go for a really long-range shot. Falls a little bit short there, Chris. And it looks like going into the half, we're going to have a 1-1 game.
1-1 after 5 minutes. These 2 squads so evenly matched. But you have to keep in mind, Optic Gaming is 1 point and 5 minutes away from becoming your Dallas champions. Will they be able to secure a lead, or will eUnited push this one the distance?
Yeah, eUnited has to be really careful here at this opening break. Cannot afford to go man down and let Optic push up. You know, Optic, they start rolling, they start picking up kills in your base. These games of uplink can start to spiral.
Texas, make some noise. We need your energy, boys. It's time. 5 more minutes for Optic Gaming. Will they be able to take the lead? Formal trying to stop the push here from eUnited. Picks up 2. Looking for a third. It's Silly behind the box. Silly has been so good at buying his squad time when they are down a man. And Formal is going to be looking for him once again. The drone should move up after this next kill. Can they find Gunless? Not quite yet. It's going to be eUnited on the push, and Optic Gaming is going to have to set up on defense. Let's go to an Optic listen in. How do they stop this push?
Two more, going back door. They're going mid door. One's
they're gonna go mid.
One mid door.
Middle. Silly weak. One's on our point.
Oh shit, dude. Three there. They're all there. Seth. Fans out.
Silly absolute.
Watch their side.
Bottom barn.
Watch their side. Watch him bottom barn.
Bottom barn.
I got bottom barn. Move ball. Let's go. Move ball, guys. Stop green. Go for it. Green side, I don't know where one low train. In the back, Damon. Come out. Nice shoot up. I'm inside you. Watch out block. Weak block.
Falling in block.
Weak block. All right. All good.
One stop left and one's at the front box.
Weak. Red fences and ball. Or bus, sorry.
I don't know where the bus guy went.
Red fences and bus. There's three right.
One guy mid. Watch out mid.
There's two right.
Watch out front red.
What's our green sidewalk?
I got Gunless.
Green sidewalk.
I got 2.
Really weak.
Up to another bus.
Go.
I was gonna reset. I think.
I got him. No, he's absolutely good. Red fence.
What a difference in energy when you listen to the communication from both teams. There seems to be a little bit more momentum, a little bit more panic actually in some of the voices. You look at the numbers here. Karma is dropping bombs, 22 and 13 on a 3 streak. Formal though has been shut down, just 9 and 19. eUnited leads by 2 with 3 to go.
And usually you hear faster comms from teams that play at a faster pace. You just kind of put more emphasis on certain things where you need to go right away. That's why you see the drastic difference between these two teams when you go into listen-ins. It's going to be Arcides getting on top of Boss. He's going to push straight through. And he's in a great position to try and help get another 1-point play on the board for eUnited.
Gunless already at 25 kills is going to pop the camo as the drone runs through. 5th point now on the board for eUnited. Will they be able to hold on and force another hard point? 2:30 to go. On your screen is Silly. They're still set up, trying to rally in, but the kills haven't been scored yet. Now 2 have fallen. It's the E-Rads coming up big for Pristini and Gunless. Here comes the drone in the hands of Arcides.
And I cannot remember the last time we have watched Gunless when he used active camo, did not get points out of it. Just so good with that ability. Pristini picks up 2. They get a 1-point throw in. Arcides earns himself overdrive. You can always use that in the last seconds of a game, obviously, to get drone. We saw eUnited, actually, they tried to use overdrive to get drone and then throw it forward for some yards at a beginning opening play. But you will not need that unless Optic Gaming puts 5 more points on the board to force OT.
Arcides didn't get a kill there, but that is just a testament to this man's skill and the reaction time. Here's someone behind him, windmills away, is able to stay alive. Optic sends 2 people to go kill him. Meanwhile, his teammates are grabbing the drone, and that could have been a 1-point toss. Crim 6 will scoop it up from the 4. Can Optic turn this into points?
Well, you know, they throw it over towards the left-hand side, obviously, get it out of your base. You have nobody over there, though, to try and make a push. And you still have players from eUnited pushing. They're going to be able to get the drone. Oh, it's Pristini not able to get through the doorway.
That's a huge
That could have been bad.
Stuck on the glue, put in the doorway by Optic Gaming. eUnited still up big, though. They have a 5-point advantage. Optic, just 70 seconds remain here in game number 3. They have a 2-0 lead in our final best of 5 of CWL Dallas. But I have a feeling we're about to see another hard point, Matt.
Yeah, you got Scum pushing forward there. He's able to get 1 off the spawn, but you just look at how far all the members of Optic Gaming are. I mean, nobody there with drone, nobody there for follow-up. You're not going to get any points out of that. Just lets eUnited get right back to mid-map. Chris really does nothing for the team.
At this point, if you're Optic Gaming, you have to get a clean sweep, kill all players from eUnited, set up, and run this drone in over and over again. The overdrive has to come out. Formal leads the way with the 2-piece. Will they be able to put in a dunk? Formal is on the flank. He's going to pick up the last defender. Krim is going to put this one in. Player number 5, Karma, has a camo as well. This is doable, but they know there's going to be a player on the flank. Karma has the camo. He's going to get this dunk in. It's a 1-point game after this one goes through.
This is going to come down to that gunfight in the middle of the map. You do have Arcides still alive. with overdrive. He actually could pick up the drone and get out of the way, but with only 1 point needed for Optic Gaming, they throw the drone over. He has camo. Karma going for the one.
Yes! With 1 second left, Karma hits the toss. What did Optic Gaming just do? 5 points in your final 70 seconds.
And I was actually contemplating if Karma needed to pop camo when the drone was coming down the second time. There was a player in top window, but he saves it. They're able to get the pass over the second time the drone comes down. Just at the end of his camo, he's able to pick it up. Now we're going right into OT. So we saw eUnited do against FaZe is they had overdrive here. They were able to pick up the drone, and they threw it over to where Gunless is on that top side of the map.
This is so intense right now. It's stopwatch overtime. Who is going to have the faster score? Arcitys hits the overdrive, saving the payload. He's going for the 1 point toss. Not going to happen. Off of the roof, shots in the back, and he was just about 2 inches too far to the left there, Matt.
He had enough time to make it around that corner, Chris, and he would have had an easy 1 point throw, potentially even a 2 point play there. Maybe some nerves settling in for eUnited, but they wipe the floor with Optic Gaming. They have control of the base.
This is a dunk. If Pristini can stop him, there's the first pick. The dunk goes through. 45 seconds is the time to beat.
It's a very good time there for eUnited. We'll have to check on abilities for Optic Gaming here going into the second half.
And I want to remind you guys what has happened at the start of each half. It's always eUnited coming out on top of the opening gunfight. With 45 seconds left for Optic Gaming, you have 2 chances, but you better make this first one count. Will they be able to stop eUnited? Because if eUnited even gets a single toss, this game is over. We will see a game 4.
And it looks like Pristini, the only one with ability, and it's reactive armor. He pops it, goes to the middle of the map with the ERAD. Smart play. He's going to push forward. eUnited going for the dagger here in game 3.
And here comes Silly. 1 point toss. No interception. They are going to seal the deal after a heroic effort for Optic Gaming to force overtime. eUnited holds. Retaliation Hardpoint kicks off right now.
Yeah, Arcitys versus Formal is going to be a big matchup in this one. Both players, running that NV4 for their respective teams. I think if Arcitys can put together a good game, we could very well see another game 5. And not going to see much ERAD use on this one. Very difficult with the long sight lines on Retaliation. Maybe in the hotel hallway, you'll see one player go over towards it, try and get some good time there. But mostly we're going to see K-Bar and NV4 here.
Whole lot of K-Bars. You saw Pristini with an NV4. Formal brought one out as well. And Pristini is going to get a pick. Now he's going to try and go for the low wall run. Staying hidden, he's got a buddy with him. The buddy system not working out quite yet. Crim6, Scump, Formal, and Karma, all 4 players from Optic Gaming in the kill feed. And finally, they're on the scoreboard with 17 seconds still to go.
The next hardpoint's going to be huge. It's going to go from Lower Street to back Cathedral, all the way to the other side of the map towards Broken. And when you get that Lower Street, you can usually set yourself up for some good time. You see where Pristini's spawning, he's going to have to take a very long route to get towards that Lower Street, which is popping up right now.
And a lot of people forget to challenge Optic Gaming here on the Lower Street. If you look back at some of the previous games, Optic has outscored their opponents by up to 90 seconds on this hill alone. So it's going to be key for eUnited to keep the pressure on their opposition. Pristini, 3 and 4, is going to be trying to push through. Crim6 is waiting for him. Arcitys distracts. Silly comes in. Optic is out of the hill, and it's eUnited reclaiming their lead.
It's like those little plays, Chris, that make such a big difference. Arcitys up on that top plat, easily could have challenged Crim6, decides to just pin him there, allows Silly to come from the side and pick up an uncontested 2-piece.
Everybody knows Optic Gaming, and pretty soon eUnited will be a household name. Let's listen in with our Atlanta champions.
Take it in bed.
I slowed down hill. I spawned two. They're spawning behind you. 2 last. They're both one shot. Good win, Justin.
Good job, Justin. Stay alive.
Small street.
Watch out, Crim and Hill. Absolute and Hill, Crim.
Go, got this, go.
Go bed.
Let's see anything bed.
Okay.
One back.
In
the back, one shot. Karma's one's on the tank. Good job. Tank still. Tank, Formal's on the tank. He's slid on me. One shot, dead.
Good job.
One more. I have one shot.
Complete.
Tank.
I'm dead.
One shot. Good job. Let's go, baby. Small mark. Let's go. Good break. Good job. Let's go, baby. Keep up. I'm going main.
Good break. That's exactly what we just saw here. It's Arcides on your screen as they set up for the Cathedral. 2 players pushing across the bridge. Silly is there. Pristini answering back as well. Optic. They still have a lead, but it's eUnited storming right back.
I just find it funny, you know, we're in that listen in, and you see Scump pick up 2 big kills, and usually you'll see a team like Silas, oh man, like he's gonna be able to break it. You don't hear any reaction, then the next person just comes up, picks him up, he's like, oh, I got Scump. It's like they are not phased by anything. eUnited, good break and hold on Cathedral, but allows Optic Gaming and gets it up here on Broken. They're gonna make a lot of this time back.
Formal has been spotted. Pristini not gonna fire. They have no idea he's here. Can't finish off Karma. He ducks out just in time. Pristini gets the first kill. He's waiting for his teammates. Playing this safe, still looking for Karma, but Karma also playing patiently, is waiting on Scump and Crim.
Ah, that is such a huge play from Pristini, though. I mean, he gets into this spot. Optic Gaming has absolutely no idea. Puts a tag in. Karma goes to finish off. Formal inside of the hardpoint, and eUnited gets control. And when a hill that'll look like Optic Gaming, they rotate early, they're gonna break the game open here. One play by Pristini throws it right back in eUnited's favor.
And Arcides got to the top of this orange bus just in time to find Optic Gaming's next flood of respawns. 15 points remain here in the Broken building. You talked about Cathedral, you talked about Broken, how they're gonna be the keys to victory on this map. eUnited broke Optic setup twice to get themselves not only back in this game, but up to about a 30-point advantage.
And that's why it's hard. You can't pick a control freak MVP just based off stats. I mean, right now, Pristini, he's 9 and 10. But that one kill got that whole time for eUnited. It's just those little kills that make such a big impact on the game.
Absolutely. We saw Ake's tweets earlier saying, you know, everyone said Karma was arguably the best player in Black Ops 3. His KD, not always a testament. It is the dirty work that helps you win championships. Pristini with a big play in our first half, but now it's time to turn our attention to the second half. How is this one gonna play out? Optic Gaming is on match point. They currently trail by about 50 points though, as eUnited is trying to force a second Game 5.
Oh, and this is a ton of time for eUnited, and you know, if things get dicey, you're gonna look back at this time in the hotel hallway and it may end up saving them. Because usually we don't see a ton of time taken here in hotel hallway, but eUnited doing a fantastic job locking it down, giving themselves a little bit of a buffer, Chris, if they don't get Cathedral or Broken.
Pristini and Arcides, the twin brothers, they have their family in the crowd here tonight, both dropping double 14s. Gunless, the rock star from the earlier games, the search and destroy phenom, pulling out the Scarab. He's able to take out Karma, so he's there to trade out Crim 6. So once again, it's eUnited first to the hill. It's their hill to lose.
eUnited will not go away. They reverse sweep Optic in our first series in the grand finals, and they are one map away here from forcing a Game 5. Scump peeks in the hotel hallway, takes out one, trying to get back towards bridge. 25 seconds left. If you're eUnited, I think about going towards lower market here. I mean, 15 seconds, you want to get set up in lower market. You want to make sure you get that market area, that left-hand side of your mini-map. You cannot afford to lose Cathedral and Broken.
Keep your eyes on player number 2. That is Arcides, who was so strong on the deck the first time it went to the lower street. Will he be able to set up once again? Scump on your screen for Optic Gaming is going to be hunting. And Arcides has moved out. Pristini, though, charging in, picks up Karma. Scump is going to have his hands full. 3 players all coming in. Gets the first pick on Pristini. Sees the second. Formal gets the call out. Cleans that up. Finds a third. Stronghold for Optic, but at the end of the day, Gunless is the first into the hill. eUnited spawning out. Gunless needs help.
And Gunless actually gets out with his life. He takes out Scump, dives right back into the garage. Karma on the hunt, not able to take him out. A big play there by Gunless. It's going to give eUnited another 15 or 20 seconds.
This venue is silent right now. Everyone on the edge of their seats. eUnited up by 50. And they're going to score the last 13 here. Unless Optics, Crim 6, and Scump can get the kills. Crim gets 1. Scump is going to flood through. He'll pick up the final 5 points. But that's nothing. You are down big. You got to set up for the Cathedral. And already that's exactly where eUnited is.
Yeah, no, you mean you saw the rotation come in perfectly. Gunless cutting players off with the bridge. This is this map for Optic Gaming, and they got to break Cathedral here.
As Matt said, this is the map. You look at the scoreboard, unless Optic can test, they could win it right here.
You see Arcides rotating over towards market. It's been so good with the NV4 right now. tags one player, searching for him, waiting to come out and challenge. As I say, it's great with the NV4. He misses an entire clip.
That's a back smack, though, man. Come on, how's Karma survive that one? Silly is there to reinforce, and right away, Arsenes gets the respawn, pushes to the middle of the map. They now call in the score streak. The Scarab is on the floor. 2:35. Optic has not been able to contest once. This could all be over right here.
I actually wonder if Optic thinks that eUnited cannot win on this because they rotate all the way towards Broken. They're not really paying attention to the clock. And
2-1, 250, 138. eUnited blowing out Optic Gaming in the second half of game number 4. What is happening? This is a 10-game grand final.
And here in game 5 of our second series, it'll be eUnited starting things off on offense.
eUnited winning Atlanta. That was 2 tournaments ago. Paris, though, it was all Optic Gaming. They cruised to a championship title there. This has been their toughest challenge yet here when it comes to Call of Duty, and we're gonna have to see Gunless in the opening fight. Watches a teammate fall, looking to trade back, but he can't get there in time. I was looking at the mini-map, Matt, and you have to look out for Optic Gaming to rotate at any moment. They've threatened to do it twice so far.
Yeah, Pristini tries to go aggressive into A, has no teammate follow-up, so he quickly dies. Now eUnited, you can see they're just kind of scrambling here for a pick. As soon as Gunless sees Formal, tries to challenge him right away. Players dropping in the middle of the map, round 1 in favor of Optic Gaming.
You know, Scump was talking about how awesome this crowd is, how big they have been all weekend long. The crowd was silent after that last game. This is a big first round win. Everyone waking back up here in the venue. Optic Gaming starting to generate a bit of momentum. eUnited, though, they handle the pressure better than any team we have seen. Trying to answer back with a strong defensive hold of their own. All 8 players running directly at each other. Let's see how this one plays out.
And Karma's going to be the first one for OG. He's going to get tagged up, backs out from the site. Knows that this pressure is coming from eUnited. But back-to-back rounds, Optic draws first blood.
Formal with 2, Crim 6, keeping them alive. And it's just Silly left, and this one is done. Can't get the 1 versus 2. Optic Gaming jumping out to a 2-0 lead.
Now we have another big round coming up for eUnited. Their backs have been against the wall numerous times. But the fans getting behind Optic Gaming here in the venue, they're starting to get rolling. They know what is at stake here in our second game 5. And now with eUnited on offense, Chris, if I'm Optic Gaming, I bet they don't go towards A. I would have actually stacked B here because, you know, obviously going over towards A a little bit more of a ballsy call.
Right.
You do not expect them to do that being down 2 rounds.
It's pretty similar, though, to their first round where they just set up evenly, then rotate to where the action's going to be. It's Pristini getting first blood. Scump and Karma, though, trade right back. So man advantage to Optic here. Arsenes on your screen, pre-aiming that doorway. There was a player in window, and he will find Scump. So a 2-on-2. Silly and Arsenes up against Formal and Karma.
And RC's going to get 1. Karma gonna stay alive. It's a 1v1 now. Karma's able to win it. Just when you thought eUnited was gonna put a round on the board, Karma clutches up, wins the 1v2.
What a job there by Karma. Big props to Arsenes and the work he did in that round. But Karma, once again, Captain Clutch coming up big. We're going into round 4. It's 3 straight for Optic Gaming. eUnited needs to start answering back. We're on board with Karma, though, as he is going to lead the charge. Bomb in hand once again for Optic Gaming. They're once again looking for the drill.
And eUnited, they're putting a lot on the line here. They put a ton of pressure back towards mid-mount. They're going to have to rotate all the way back. See a smoke coming out here for Karma. It's going to block that line of sight there by observation deck. Potentially, you move the bomb up, you get it down here.
Karma bobbing and weaving, trying to bait out some shots, looking for a first challenger. There it is. He's going to punish Pristini. Finds Silly as well. Karma 6-1 at this point. Make it 7-1. He's looking for the ace on Arsenes. And there it is. What a slide kill to finish this one off. Karma was perfect that round.
And Optic Gaming goes up 4-0. Karma, he actually played incredible in the first game 5, Search and Destroy. They end up losing it in that round 11. Showing up here in another big moment for Optic Gaming. You can hear the crowd behind them. They do have active camo to use here.
Yep.
Maybe you use it, you go up 5-0, kind of put the nail in the coffin.
Karma looking exactly like Gunless from the first Game 5. What is going to happen here, though? As it's eUnited on the attack, the bomb has stalled all the way out. It's back at Cave. They are taking their time getting to B. Optic Gaming, they feinted early, but they all pulled back after using the Scarab.
Well, it's going to be hard now because they have the players going into observation deck, and here's the camo play I was talking about from Karma. Is going to be able to get pristine. He picks up a second as well. Gets fully streaked out. Optic Gaming running through eUnited here in Game 5. 1 round away from a 6-0 victory and another championship.
Are they going to close it out like this, Matt? Is this how you claim your Dallas trophy?
No, you have these streaks going into this next round. We've seen eUnited come back from some crazy scenarios. This would be the absolute craziest. Down 5-0, streaks on the other side. You have nothing to work with.
One word, Matt. Full sail. We'll see if it happens again. This time, though, it's Crim 6 and Karma wearing Optic jerseys. And we're going to start this one up with Karma. Here come the score streaks. The bombs are coming down. They're going to force back everyone from eUnited.
Look, he just goes for a ping there, just trying to get some vision for the rest of his teammates. Now the Trinity Rocket going to come down. It's going to allow Scump to get one here. Karma just trying to see if he can pick up 1 kill with this. He tries to drop it towards the backside of observation. Does not pick up 1. It's going to be Crim 6 picking up another.
Gunless is out. Silly is gone. Just the twins left. Down goes Arsenes. Down goes Pristini. It's all Optic Gaming.